Hey everybody, Michael here from Replica Airguns. Quick update video. Look what I got here. This is the Caldwell Ballistic Precision Chronograph. Okay, so we're going to be focusing mainly on this new chronograph. I've decided to completely break my ties with Chronny. Second chronograph died. First one never worked that good, as you know. I'm just not happy with that product line. It just hasn't done well for me. So we're going to try a different guy, and I even actually those LED lights that I have that I've been using that really help with recording the FPS inside that I've been using were actually the Caldwell ones. They just kind of happen to work with the Chronny, so I'm going to be using that LED light system on here. Should work perfectly fine because it is the same brand. This guy was like 149 bucks, a little cheaper than the Chronny stuff. And I believe it even hooks up to like, shows here an iPhone. You can run a cable to an iPhone. I have an Android phone, but if that doesn't work, I've got an old iPhone maybe I can use with this to just do Chronny stuff. But we're gonna basically just test it out this week. I'm gonna shoot a bunch of guns that I haven't shot through the Chronny through it to test it out. Mainly because I want to get some FPS readings on stuff like, for instance, the Crossman. SBMR, yeah, the Crossman DPMS, yeah, DPMS rifle, the M4 rifle. I want to test out the Glock. I want to test out this guy right here, right? I want to see if how they are in terms of FPS. That's not going to be my full field test review for those guns, but it's kind of going to be the official test for these guys, but it's going to double a little bit because we're going to actually incorporate some other guns to get some FPS readings where I haven't got them before yet. So that'll help you guys out with maybe some of your decision making for some of those guns based on their FPS at least. Maybe not accuracy, but FPS. I'll be opening this up in 1 second here, show you what's inside. Before I do that, I got another little thing here. I don't know if you remember, I kind of previewed this in a video, like some new toys that I'm going to be using for the channel to help me with things like video and audio, and I'm actually using one of the mics right now, the Fifine mic. I'm using that right now, recording audio, so the audio you're hearing should be going through here, unless it craps out on me or something, then I'll just use the camera audio. But this guy, the Breeze, I want to get different camera angles, like sort of follow me mode type stuff while I'm outdoors, doing outdoor shooting and stuff like that. And this guy kind of got me in, got my feet wet. I've tried it a few times. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a great camera, a great drone, takes great video. But, I saw this DJI and I thought for a few $100s more, this guy is tiny. Now it's missing the battery right now because I'm charging it, but there's a big battery that goes in the back of it here. It takes up this whole back. But look at how tiny this thing is, right? But it actually has a working gimbal. So the gimbal actually works. Stabilizes the video even better. This is only 1080p. It's not 4K like the Breeze, but the 4K on the Breeze is almost unusable because there's no stabilization, and you don't want to watch a video that looks, it's great, fantastic quality, but it's shaking all over the place. So I'd rather watch a really smooth 1080p, high quality 1080p, that's smooth as can be, like it's basically on some sort of a rig, and that's what this guy does. This guy does all kinds of really cool things. It's got great range. I ended up buying the Spark Fly More combo, right? So the DJI Spark Fly More combo. It comes with the remote control, and the remote control basically acts as a Wi-Fi hub and extender in a sense. It's a much stronger Wi-Fi signal, and you can get out to 2 kilometers, which is crazy. You can go up like 400 feet, go out 200 kilometers. 400 feet is just typically the height limitation because you don't want to get into the airplane areas. But you can go out 2 kilometers. It's got all kinds of interesting modes for recording and for using it. So there's a gesture mode where I can literally have it take off from my hand. It recognizes my face. I do a gesture that makes it go back and up, and then it literally follows me around, and I don't even have to use a remote control or a phone or anything like that to control it. I can do it all just by launching it with my hand, using hand gestures and all of that, and make it do its thing. So pretty cool. This is going to be neat. It's really, really tiny. When you compare it to the Breeze, you can see it is much smaller. So smaller is better when it comes to, having a portable guy that's you want to take with you and do different things with. And this is pretty stable. It's fast. It's got powerful motors. You know, the wind doesn't affect it too much, even though it's tiny. So that's going to be something I'm not really going to review on the Replica Airguns channel. I might review it more over on the Get Fit Over 40 channel. But it's just something that's going to be utilized on the channel just to make the videos better, right? And that's kind of what it's all about. All right, let's get in here. We'll probably end up breaking getting it all out, but that's okay. So let's get this out. So here's the basic unit, okay? And you've got your sensors on the top. You've got your display on the back, right? You've got a place here to hook in if you want to hook it onto a tripod or something. Your batteries can go in here. You've got a USB out, and you've got this line out. I'm not sure what that does. I'm not sure if it's for power or if that's the one that goes to your phone. Maybe it's USB powered, or charge it. You can charge it up that way. I don't know. We'll figure it out. This is like an unboxing video, I guess. But pretty cool. So that's the unit itself. It's almost like I don't know, it's weird. It's kind of a weird shape, but hey, if it works, it works. Right? Okay, so let's see what else we got in here. Okay, we got a baggie. So you can put you can put it in there when you're done. So if you're taking it with you somewhere, because it is battery powered, if you want it to be, I guess pretty much it is battery powered. And then you have these guys, and these are your light shrouds. So what they do is they deflect the light if you're outside and the sun's shining down. This will refract the light so that it's not too intense, because if it's too intense and too bright on the sensors, it's not going to work. Now I'm going to be using this indoors, so what's going to happen is I'm going to be using those LED ones, which create kind of a nice neutral light, which is generally perfect for what the sensors are looking for, and they make your readings really accurate. You don't have as many, you know, I guess, readings that aren't going to work, right? Most of your readings are going to work. You're not going to have these bad readings. Okay, there is a manual, which I'm not going to go into, but I have this massive cable. So this is super long. It's got to be 12 feet or maybe more. And it's just basically like little mini jacks that I'm assuming would go into your phone and then into the unit so that you can get readings where you are. So if you're shooting and you want to have your phone set up somewhere else, maybe back further, whatever. Seems like it's a little bit long, but you know, I could wrap it up or whatever. It doesn't. Longer is better, right? I guess short. If it's too short, you're going to be in trouble if you need that extra length. What does it say on here? Let's just read it real quick. Each unit factory calibrated to within plus or minus 0.25% accuracy. Ideal for firearms, archery, airguns, and paintball. Simple operation, a large LCD screen, meters per second, or feet per second readings. Extra wide sunscreen for added shading in full sun operation. Option to interface with smartphone via included 15-foot cable. It's an audio jack cable. App display velocity logs, data notes. So the app displays velocity logs, data notes, weather conditions, easily exports via SMS or email. So it's kind of neat. It just gives you that data, which, you know, I could maybe post in the videos. If that would be kind of cool. I could take a screenshot and just post the data in the video. So that's kind of neat. Maybe I can do that. That'll be a neat feature, something I haven't been doing so far. So, you know, anything new and interesting, I'm always willing to try. So you got some pictures on the back. I guess it's the app, right? Some stuff showing the app, shows the display. So I'm looking forward to my new chronograph. And this is the Caldwell Ballistic Precision Chronograph. And I'm also really looking forward to playing with this little guy. You know, some of this new tech stuff, they're kind of toys, but they're kind of useful. And I think I talked about it before. I was really on the fence about getting a drone because I wanted to be able to justify the cost, you know, versus how much am I going to be able to use it. But I think I can use it for a lot of things, personal stuff, just getting some really cool family pictures and stuff. But also on the channel, again, when I'm doing outside stuff, get those interesting angles and have it like there's almost like somebody walking around with a camera, where I can't generally do that. I'm usually doing it all on my own. So another camera angle, another view, some cool motion stuff, right? Maybe some overhead stuff. Anyways, thanks for watching. Next video you're probably going to see after this one is me testing out this Caldwell Ballistic Precision Chronograph with a few guns that I haven't done FPS readings for, so that I can get those for you a little quicker. All right, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.